Bayelsa State Anthem. Please remain standing as I take us through the national prayers. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
His Excellency, distinguished Senator Gov Diri, the performing people's-friendly executive governor of Bayelsa State. Let me recognize His Excellency, distinguished Senator Lawrence Erujakbo, PhD, the very resourceful, workaholic, and dynamic Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. I'd like to recognize the Secretary to the Government of Bayelsa State, Professor Mbafa Ayawe, the Head of Service, Dame Barrister Mrs. Biobemeye Charles Onyema MNI, Honorable Commissioners of the Bayelsa State Executive Council. Let me also recognize here with us the Director General of the Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Dayo Moboriola, and members of his entourage. I'd like to recognize other top government functionaries. Let me also at this point recognize the representative of the Commissioner of Police, Bayelsa State Command. Let me also recognize the representative of the Commander, NNS Soro. His Royal Majesty King Ebubare Dakolo Agada IV, the Benanawe of Ekpetiama Clan and Chairman, Traditional Rulers Council of Bayelsa State. Let me also recognize the brand new leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Ambassador Dr. Bolade Godnozigale, who is also here with us. Member Board of Trustees of the PDP, heads of federal agencies and parastatals here with us, stakeholders in the marine sector of our economy. Let me also recognize the chairman of local government councils who are also here with us, especially Yanagua and Kolokuma Pokuma. Technical and special advisors, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Only a couple of months back, history was made when His Excellency the Governor of Bayelsa State thought it wise to create the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, aware of the fact that we're a state in the maritime domain, aware of the enormous economic potentials in that sector. This ministry was created. And that to me is a clear demonstration of the fact that he has, simply as a leader with capacity, translated our vision to reality. And in trying to take off properly, the ministry, about a month or so ago, did assemble relevant stakeholders to put together a draft policy to put the ministry in the right direction and footing to perform. And today we are gathered to further look at that draft policy, dot the I's, I beg your pardon, and cross the T's, so that the ministry can take off and operate smoothly. And of course, like you know very well, we have always said it time and again that our wealth is in the Atlantic Ocean. Let's please once again put our hands together for His Excellency, our Governor. And if I'm not mistaken, apart from the federal government, I think Bayelsa ranks as, if not the first, one of the first states to create the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Again, let's please put our hands together for His Governor, His Excellency. May I, at this point, without further ado, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invite to formally step forward and welcome us a lady who is also becoming an equally creative and innovative personality, aware of the task before her. She has never failed, as far as I know, in any responsibility or assignment she has been given. And she is determined even to succeed in this particular assignment. Please, let's welcome the Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy, Dr. Mrs. Faith Ezibenoa Zips Godwin.
Your Excellency, the Miracle Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Gov Diri, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Lawrence Erujakbo, the Director General, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, and other agencies here represented, the representatives of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy here present, my Lord spiritual and temporal, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for the want of time, please permit me to rest on the already well-established protocol by the MC. It is with a profound sense of honor and privilege that I welcome you all to this important validation session for the Bayelsa State Policy on Marine and Blue Economy. On behalf of the ministry, I extend my warmest greetings to each and every one of you. Your presence here today representing government, industries, communities, and development organizations reflects the deep shared commitment we all hold toward the sustainable development of Bayelsa's marine resources. As we gather here, it's inspiring to see such a distinguished group of stakeholders, all with a shared vision of advancing Bayelsa's blue economy. This policy framework is born out of a collective vision to transform Bayelsa State into a model for sustainable marine management, environmental resilience, and inclusive economic growth. I would like to take a moment to recognize and appreciate the support and vision of His Excellency, the Miracle Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Gov Diri. His leadership has laid the groundwork for Bayelsa to lead in marine and blue economy development, and his belief in the vast potential of our state's coastal and marine resources has enabled us to reach this critical point. Furthermore, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to His Excellency once again for entrusting me with the unique opportunity to serve as the Pioneer Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy. His confidence in my leadership and vision for this new ministry is both a profound honor and a driving force behind my dedication to this work. This opportunity is a testament to his commitment to charting a bold new course for Bayelsa's sustainable development, and I'm inspired to work tirelessly to realize the vast potential of our blue economy. Under his visionary leadership, we can make remarkable strides in transforming Bayelsa's marine sector for the benefit of all. We are also deeply appreciative of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy's leadership in advancing a cohesive national framework, and we fully recognize the importance of harmonizing our efforts with the national policy on marine and blue economy. In developing this policy draft, we have worked closely with relevant federal agencies whose invaluable guidance has helped shape our approach to align with national policies. When the national framework is formally validated, Bayelsa State is committed to harmonizing this policy in alignment with the national policy, ensuring consistency across all levels of government. This process reflects our readiness to evolve alongside federal directives, enhancing synergy for the shared benefit of our marine and coastal resources. The unique diversity of perspectives in this room, from policy leaders and traditional rulers to industry experts and environmental advocates, is a testament to our commitment to developing a policy that is both inclusive and effective. I want to especially acknowledge our partners from the federal agencies, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the National Inland Waterways Authority, the Nigerian Ports Authority, and the Nigerian Shippers Council, whose support has been instrumental in aligning our efforts with national and international best practices. Today, we stand at a pivotal moment, confronted with the multifaceted challenges of climate change, marine pollution, and the need for the sustainable economic development. We recognize that the blue economy is more than an opportunity. It is our pathway to a resilient, prosperous, and inclusive future for Bayelsa State. This policy signals a firm commitment to protecting and nurturing our invaluable marine and coastal ecosystems while unlocking their potential for sustainable economic growth. Our approach spans critical areas such as sustainable fisheries, marine conservation, renewable energy, maritime logistics and infrastructure, ecotourism, and capacity building, all of which serve as pillars of a dynamic, resilient, and future-ready blue economy for Bayelsa State. This session allows us to ensure the policy is as comprehensive, practical, and impactful as possible. Through our collective efforts today, via plenary discussions and technical sessions, we will gather valuable insights that will further refine this policy. The outcome of these discussions will serve as a roadmap for implementation, ensuring that our marine resources serve as a foundation for long-term prosperity and environmental stewardship. In closing, I thank each of you for your presence, your insights, and your commitment to this cause. Let us approach today's discussion with open minds and a collaborative spirit, ready to lay the groundwork for a sustainable and thriving blue economy that will benefit both present and future generations in Bayelsa State. Thank you, and once again, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Honorable Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy, Dr. Mrs. Faith Isabel Zips Godwin. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, by virtue of the location of Bayelsa State, Bayelsa is not just a wetland, but it is also a biodiversity area. I had the cause to have a conversation with a conservationist who calls himself the Shoreline Traveler. And while we were speaking, he talked about the various wildlife, especially sea wildlife, that are in Bayelsa State. And just recently, a large turtle leatherback was found and sent back into the ocean. And he talked about several penalties and why Bayelsa State is unique, considering the kind of ocean and sea life we have here. And so having the blue and marine economy here in Bayelsa State and having that ministry was a genius move by His Excellency, knowing full well that before you describe the ministry, you have to take a look at Bayelsa State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have several federal government agencies and parastatals here, and it's only fitting that as partners in progress, ensuring that for us to move forward, we must have all these partners on board. So we have them here, and it's only fitting that we have them make some goodwill messages. Permit me at this point to invite to make the first goodwill message the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, who is represented here by the General Manager, Marine Services, Engineer Dakio Hosford. Please put your hands together for him as he comes. All the goodwill messages, we appeal to you. Just use 3 minutes for the goodwill messages, as we have quite a number of goodwill messages here this morning. And we're conscious of the fact that apart from the opening session, we have the technical sessions and paper presentations built for today. Please keep the applause going as he comes. And please, when you come to speak, just say, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and you move to your message. Thank you.
Your Excellency and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Managing Director of the National Inland Waterways Authority, I am privileged to extend warm greetings to all present here at the verification workshop for the Bayelsa State Marine and Blue Economy Policy Document. It is a honor for the National Inland Waterways Authority to participate in this vital initiative aimed at advancing sustainable economic development through Bayelsa's vast marine resources. This policy represents a significant commitment to harnessing the opportunities within the blue economy while upholding environmental stewardship, fostering job creation, and ensuring inclusive growth. The National Inland Water Authority shares this vision and stands ready to support efforts that align with our own mandate to promote safe, efficient, and environmental sound inland waterways operation across Nigeria. As we engage in today's verification process, we encourage a spirit of partnership, collaboration, and inclusivity. We are confident that the contributions of all stakeholders gathered here will refine this policy document, making it robust, practical, impactful for the people of the Bayelsa State. We commend the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy and all those involved in the preparation of this policy document. Together, let us forge a path towards a resilient and prosperous future that benefits not only Bayelsa State, but the entire nation. Thank you, and I wish all of us a productive and insightful deliberation.
Thank you very much. We just listened to Engineer Dakio Hosford, General Manager, Marine Services, representing the Managing Director of NIWA. Shall we please put hands together for him once again? And of course, it is always said that innovation leads to prosperity and prosperity leads to peace. Your Excellency, this is a wonderful innovation, and surely Bayelsa will prosper. And once we prosper, there will be absolute peace in Bayelsa State. Already, we are about the most peaceful state in the entire Federal Republic of Nigeria. So with policies like this, there will even be more peace and there will be more prosperity. Let's please once again put hands together for His Excellency, the Governor. Next, for the goodwill messages, I'd like to invite the Shippers Council. And the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Shippers Council is ably represented by Dr. Al-Hassan Ahmed, who is the Principal Officer, Regulatory Services Department. Shall we please give him a round of applause as he walks up stage to make his own presentation. Please, 3 minutes. Abridge the protocol as much as you can. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, Yakaneme, Seridi. All protocol duly observed. My name is Dr. Al-Hassan Ahmed Labaran. I'm here to present a paper on behalf of the Executive Secretary of Nigerian Shippers Council, Barrister Pius Okiama Akuta. I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Gov Diri, and people of Bayelsa State for the initiative taken in developing a marine and blue economy policy draft for sustainable marine resources. This forward-thinking approach toward protecting and conserving our ocean and marine resources is commendable and set a great example for other 9 coastal and 6 inland waterways to follow. By prioritizing sustainable practices and resource management, Bayelsa State is not only ensuring the longevity of its marine ecosystem, but also promoting responsible economic growth for the benefit of current and future generations. I believe that this policy draft will pave the way for a more prosperous and environmentally friendly future for the state. We unreservedly support this initiative as an agency that is tasked with encouraging project development in the nation's coastal waters, and hope that it will be implemented effectively to safeguard our natural resources and create economic activities in our marine environment. Let me give you a brief activities of Nigerian Shippers Council. The Nigerian Shippers Council plays a crucial role in encouraging seaport development in Nigeria by providing regulation and oversight, stakeholders engagement, capacity building, advocacy and policy development, promotion of best practices, and fostering collaboration and shaping policies. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your leadership and vision in driving positive change in promoting sustainability and conservation in the blue economy sector. Your efforts are truly inspiring and will have a lasting impact on the national economic growth and development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Shippers Council, represented here by Dr. Al-Hassan Ahmed, Principal Officer of the Regulatory Services Department. Please, a round of applause for him again. It's gladdening to know that all the relevant agencies are willing to partner with government. Permit me at this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, to invite to also give goodwill message one of our stakeholders. Currently, he was made the chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum. He's a former secretary to state government in Bayelsa State, is currently a retired federal permanent secretary. Please put your hands together for him. Ambassador Godknows Bolade Igali, former Nigerian ambassador to the Scandinavians. You're welcome. Please let the applause be better. Thank you.
Excellency, the Governor, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words, and I believe the organizers asked that I be given a few minutes because this is an area that I've done quite a bit of writing, and some of which I was able to share with the new ministry at its inception. And I've also had to do a bit of writing to support the Federal Ministry of Transport, as it was then, and also NIMASA, under the last executive managing director. Your Excellency, I am particularly interested in blue economy. When I was ambassador in Sweden, the World Maritime University is in Sweden, and we had to dig more into what all this is about. But one's realization is that we, Ijaw people, have been in this blue economy for centuries because our lives are attached to the marine ecology, the marine domain, and also the inland waters. So this is our life, and we don't have another point of departure than the water bodies. And when our father, late Melford Okilo, appeared before the military tribunal set in 1984-85, after overthrow of the government, they asked him, "What is your profession?" Which is a normal question, and I'm sure the Attorney General will agree with us when you appear in court. He said, "Fisherman." And they said, "Not politician, you're a politician." He said, "No, I'm a fisherman." "But you're a lawyer from these documents we have in the court." He said, "I'm a fisherman because that is the traditional occupation of my people. I was born a fisherman and I'll end up as a fisherman." So this is what we have lived with. And our people have practiced this thing we call blue economy. It's not only one when Paula Gunti brought it up in 2010 when he wrote his book on the blue economy. No, we've lived in this blue economy for centuries. Our people, with their own technologies, went to every part of the world, all over Africa. You go all the entire coast of Africa and to the Caribbean. The Ijaw people crossed the oceans and went all over there. And fishermen also in the inland waters moved right up to Lake Chad. We have our people practicing fishing. So, Your Excellency, the decision of the state government to come up with a Ministry of Blue Economy is you are only doing what our fathers gone beyond would have wanted you to do at this time. Now that the whole world is talking about blue economy, they will say, "Yes, I know, wake up, and they will talk about that is our song." And I believe that with this great vision, all of us in the state will work with this ministry and make it to be what your vision, what you really want it to be. Finally, before I come down, I want to appeal to federal authorities. You see, sometimes government policies come up, brilliant policies, but when it comes to level of implementation, a number of sentimental approaches don't lead them to succeed. This blue economy is what some people, some part of this country, maybe from the 9 coastal states, 9 coastal states have lived for centuries, particularly for us in the Niger Delta. We've lived with this for centuries. And in implementation, I urge the federal authorities to work closely with the state governments of the coastal states, of the littoral states, the riparian states, work with them. Look at Bayelsa State. Water comes from River Niger, 4,100 kilometers, from Benue River, 1,400 kilometers. They end up in Bayelsa State. Out of the 27 discharges of water into the Atlantic Ocean, 21 are in Bayelsa State. So we live it in the blue economy. It's not theory. It's not abstract. It's not just an expression of intention. It's our life. So we understand this thing as a matter of practical reality. So in making federal government policies to work, we urge the federal government to work with the coastal states, particularly those of the Niger Delta, who live water, whether coming from up or water further from the ocean, which is already taken off our villages. work with us so that we can make this federal government policy, which is a bigger aspect of this thing that our governor is doing. Thank you very much.
Well, Ambassador, God knows Bolade Gale, give him the opportunity. He will always speak and speak well with facts and figures. He has never disappointed us, and even on this occasion, I don't think he did. Let's please once again put hands together for him. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Still on the goodwill messages, next we'll be taking the National Association of Government Freight Forwarders, NAGAF. The national president is supposed to speak, and he's here ably represented by his chief of staff. Let's please welcome to the microphone to speak for 3 minutes, Mr. Oke Nerus. Oke Nerus, please. Shall we give him a round of applause?
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of NAGAF, which stands for National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, I am privileged to extend our warmest greetings to you. It's an honor for us to be here. The advantages of marine economy cannot be emphasized. They are too numerous. It is a game changer. And so for us in NAGAF, we cannot wait to partner with you. We can't wait to see to the takeoff of NAGAF Academy, where young freight forwarders are trained to have their diplomas and higher national diploma certificates in freight forwarding. We have done that in Lagos, and we can't wait to replicate it here. I totally agree with my brother that said that innovation leads to prosperity, and prosperity leads to peace. And I add that with this game changer that we are celebrating today, more peace will come to Bayelsa State. We congratulate you, Your Excellency, for this wonderful achievement. And to the entire good people of Bayelsa State, we congratulate you all. This is the beginning of more good things that will come to Bayelsa. Thank you. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oke Nerus, the Chief of Staff to the President of NAGAF. Thank you so much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'll move to the next goodwill message. And this is coming from the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, NPA. He is represented here. There's Dr. Abubakar Dansoho. He is represented here by the Assistant General Manager Operations, Mr. Sylvester Egede. Please put your hands together for him as it comes for the goodwill message for just 3 minutes too, sir.
Your Excellency, Governor of Bayelsa State, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Goodwill messages from the MD of Nigerian Ports Authority, Dr. Abubakar Dansoho. My name is Sylvester Egede, Assistant General Manager Operations. The governor, like it's been said by all, a visionary governor, a miracle worker according to the Commissioner of Marine and Blue Economy. Yes, I must thank you so much, personally, apart from the message from Nigerian Ports Authority, because I have been in Marine for over 30 years. So I can see your vision. I can see where you're looking at. I can see where you're going, and I want to assure you that this is the right step in the right direction. All you need to do, all hands should be on deck. Quick wins first. When you do a policy framework, you might not get it all, but let's start with the ones that are indigenous. We have to pick the quick ones because Bayelsa is a marine and aquatic environment, largely, about 90%. So all we need to do is to start with the environment. What can we do to harness the potentials? What can we do to prevent, harming the aquatic environment? Because we have a lot here. And also, Your Excellency, let me add to you, because you are a visionary leader, I want you to add this to it. Marine transport. You have the potential here. Please, try to go into marine transport. You can expand from here. Now we are talking of the airfares going to 400 to 500,000. If we have catamaran that comes from Lagos to Bayelsa, people can do catamaran, come to Bayelsa, and then go by road to Warri, go by road to Port Harcourt. Please, I want you to add this to it. Don't say it's too much. I know you can do it. You are confident. Nigerian Ports Authority will support you wholeheartedly. Please, Madam, I congratulate you. This is a bold step in the right direction. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you, and good luck.
Well, his name is Sylvester Egede. He represented the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority. He is also the Assistant General Manager, Operations. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Let's please put hands together for him. Well, Your Excellency, they say the secret of getting ahead is getting started. We are starting today, and surely we shall continue to be ahead, in Jesus' name. For the next goodwill message, I'd like to invite a representative of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Permit me, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to invite to step forward and speak at this point Hajia Kalthum Ibrahim, a director in the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Shall we please put hands together for her as she comes up on stage to make our goodwill message. Please keep putting hands together for her. Don't you know that if the Federal Ministry decides to disapprove, we will have problems? Let's please put hands together for her once again. Madam, you're welcome.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State and the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, permit me to stand on the established protocol. I bring warm greetings from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. I am honored to present the ministry. I'm honored to represent the ministry at this validation session for Bayelsa State's policy on marine and blue economy. The Federal Ministry commends Bayelsa State's proactive steps in developing a framework that aligns with our vision for a vibrant marine and blue economy. This initiative demonstrates your commitment to sustainable development, economic growth, and environmental stewardship. This validation session underscores the strategic significance of the blue economy sector for Bayelsa and Nigeria. At the federal level, we are at the pivotal stage of holding stakeholders' engagements in the development of a national policy on marine and blue economy. The policy will be unveiled by Mr. President in December. Bayelsa's policy framework, which we believe will achieve greatness and harness marine resources, address environmental and regulatory challenges, and foster sustainable practices in fishing, tourism, and coastal management, is coming at a very important time. We are glad to be here as important stakeholders. The ministry is committed to supporting states in harnessing their marine resources for national prosperity. We recognize the Bayelsa State's strategic role in Nigeria's marine economy and look forward to mutual beneficial partnerships. It is our wish that the policy aligns with that of the federal government when unveiled. It is important to also appreciate the participation of key stakeholders, including government officials, experts, and community leaders at this event, contributing expertise to develop a policy that addresses gaps in the sector and maximizes its economic potential. We will deliberate, and our discussion today should center on delivering a policy that reflects a commitment to integrating environmental sustainability with economic initiatives, ensuring long-term benefits for coastal communities in Bayelsa and Nigeria at large. Thank you for the invitation, and I wish you successful deliberations.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hajia Khartoum Ibrahim, Director from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. And she says in December, they will be unveiling their policy draft. Now, what Bayelsa State has done is make it easier for us to ensure that once that is done, we quickly align with what they have done instead of starting from the ground. Thank you so much, ma'am. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next on the goodwill message, I would like to invite a man whom on the 1st of March 2024, His Excellency President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed him in his new capacity. And when he came into office, he decided that his key priorities will be safety, security, efficiency, environmental sustainability, innovative collaboration, and synergy. And today, the fact that he is here shows that indeed he's keeping faith with his priority list. Please put your hands together for the Director General, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Meberola. Please put your hands together for him as he comes. With several years of experience in transportation, even up to PhD and MSc in transportation, including waterways and land, he indeed is a man with great resource. Please, a better round of applause for him. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, His Excellency. Good afternoon, Deputy Governor, and as well as my good friend, the Commissioner for Transport, Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy, who actually forced me to come here. Let me start by revealing a secret to all of you about your governor. I have met the governor. He probably doesn't recognize me, but we have met several times, and he is a fitness freak governor. He is always in the gym, and that is why we've always met. And I won't tell you where the gym is. So I'm so glad to be here, sir. So on that note, I would go through my goodwill message. I'm actually delighted to join you today in reviewing and validating the marine and blue economy policy for Bayelsa State. This initiative holds tremendous promise for advancing sustainability growth and economic resilience in Bayelsa State. The bold step taken by the governor to create the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and to prepare and articulate its policy for the marine and blue economy is undoubtedly a step in the right direction. This policy will help provide the strategic framework that guides sustainable resource management, economic growth, and environmental protection for the state. Through well-designed policies, Bayelsa State can harness the full potential of their blue economy sectors, from fisheries, to food security and challenges such as climate change. This comprehensive approach enables the creation of a thriving blue economy that generates economic opportunities while preserving marine resources for future generations. Many countries in the Asian Pacific region have implemented frameworks for sustainable blue economic growth. For instance, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, China. And I can tell you, in Philippines alone, marine and blue economy has generated $6.2 billion annually. Fishery and aquaculture contribute 20% to their economy. China coastline is contributing 10% to the global maritime species, highlighting the economic potential for the blue economy. Nigeria's extensive coastline, which stretches to approximately 853 kilometers and span 9 coastal states, including Bayelsa State, has excellent potential. Most of this potential, if properly annexed, will have a multiplier effect on our national GDP. Bayelsa's commitment to a sustainable blue economy position is as a key player in Nigerian national development. And this is not unusual. Kenya, counties in Kenya have actually started doing these little things. But you have taken the big bold by going beyond counties. Counties is an example of local government. You have taken it as a state, and imagine what the benefit would be. So we look forward to working with you, sir. Bayelsa has one of the most extensive mangrove forests in Africa. Restoring its great riches in both aquaculture and increased fish production can help maintain economic balance. Bayelsa Blue Economic Policy will also open up investment opportunities for the state in developing ports, renewable energies, ecosystem, fisheries, and aquaculture, which will invariably create jobs, improve food security, and promote economic growth. In conclusion, it is imperative to note that the state marine and blue economy must be consistent with the federal government's policies and ensure adherence to treaty provisions and domestic legislations regulating specific maritime sector aspects. NIMASA welcomes collaborative initiatives in the journey towards harnessing the potential of Nigerian blue economy. I commend the entire government of Bayelsa and the State Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy for this dedication to a policy that promises to be transformative, not only for Bayelsa State, but for a nation as a whole, if adequately articulated and implemented. Together, we will build a resilient, sustainable, and prosperous nation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let's please once again appreciate the Director General of the Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Moboriola, for those remarks. Of course, working together is good business. They say coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. So with the collaboration and every stakeholder working together, surely we shall achieve success. Let's once again put hands together for the Director General of NIMASA. By the way, Your Excellency, sir, I have not congratulated you for sweeping the stakes at the just concluded Governor Gov Diri and 13th National Wrestling Classics in Yenagoa. Bayelsa won all the categories: Greco-Roman, women wrestling, and freestyle men. Bayelsa won everything. Congratulations, Your Excellency. That also shows that you are also the #1 wrestler of Bayelsa State. And we are not surprised with the fitness level you have attained. We know you can even do better. Let's just once again put hands together for His Excellency. Your Excellency, sir, we've come to realize over time by your policies, the way you speak, your body language, and the way the state is moving, that, like somebody earlier said, you are indeed a game changer. We have always known you as a man of peace, and that is why Bayelsa remains the most peaceful state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are also aware that a prosperity advocate, and above all, you are the leader of champions. Bayelsa is a state of champions, and you are the leader, so you are also a champion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure at this point to bring on stage, to make his remarks, and formally declare the expanded stakeholders validation for the Bayelsa State Marine and Blue Economy Draft Policy session open. His Excellency, distinguished Senator Gov Diri, the man of peace, the game changer, the prosperity advocate, the leader of the champions, the people's governor, the miracle executive governor of Bayelsa. So please, a round of applause.
Please be seated. Ils ont qui me fait qui me vient. Ado, Anoa. Your Excellency, my very supportive and resourceful Deputy Governor of Ade State, Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, the Secretary to the Government of the State, the Head of Service, members of the Bayelsa State Executive Council, Chief of Staff, and other principal officers of Government House here present, Local Government Council chairmen here present, my brother and leader, Ambassador Bolade Igali, the latest president of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum. Special and technical advisors here present, Your Royal Majesty King Bobaraye Dakolo, the chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council of Bayelsa State and King of Ekpetema Kingdom. Dr. Dayo Moboriola, my friend that I didn't know before, the Director General of NIMASA, who is physically here with us. Representatives of various federal ministries, departments, and agencies, service commanders of our dear state, community development chairmen and members present here, other top government functionaries, members of the fourth estate of the realm, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I started with that chant of what the Ijos are. Ambassador Gali has said it all. There could have been no reason why there is no Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy over the years for Bayelsa State. As Ijaw people, our life is the water. Over the years, from the origin of the Ijaw nation. And so, well, it is better to be late than never. Today, we have a full-fledged Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, which reflects who we are as a people. The water is part of our culture. It's part of our orientation. It is our source of livelihood. And so we are very thankful to God that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in with this policy of diversifying our economy and looking into our marine sector. And we had no time to waste to ensure that we are part and parcel of that policy, and that policy will not only be looking at what we will get from it, is how we can actually bring to the fore who we are as Ijaw people. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the blue economy actually offers a vast array of opportunities in the maritime domain, some of which, as Ijaws, we have been harnessing, but in a very subsistent way. In terms of fishing, and even in terms of transportation that one of the agencies has directed us to do. Hitherto, we used to travel by the waters, by the sea from here to Lagos. There was no road. And so we have Ijaw people who constructed boats. And the transport system from here, from Warri to Lagos, was by the waterways. And so thank you for again reminding us of who we were before. And now I think that technology has come in and it will be better than now. And so it offers all of those opportunities in aquaculture, in coastal tourism, renewable energy, undersea cabling, seabed extraction, marine biotechnology, and even the emerging fields of marine genetic resources. As I said earlier, the recent establishment of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, and of course, our own Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, demonstrates our seriousness in making the most of this opportunity. And as part of our own assured agenda, we are committed to creating pathways where our young people can build successful careers in all of these areas that I have enumerated. For us, this is more than just about creating jobs. It's about carving a sustainable future that benefits both our economy and our environment. First, our vision for a world-class deep seaport, which was one that was enunciated by my immediate past predecessor. And he talked about and tried his best to get a deep seaport at a place called Agay, in the Western Senatorial District of Bayelsa State. And as Bayelsans, we all believe that that is one move that we must take forward. And so, to develop a seaport, as we all know, and as has been said by several others, will transform Bayelsa State into a major gateway for not only national trade, but international trade. Creating more jobs for our teeming young ones, boosting local businesses, and attracting global investment to our shores, as was said by several others who had come up here to speak. And this is not merely something about an infrastructure, but it is indeed the foundation for Bayelsa's future, a launch pad for our own economic diversification and economic transformation. In addition, we are championing the creation of fish cities. We are traditionally fishermen. And like I said, it has been subsistence. And so we have to take a step higher now. So with the creation of this ministry, we are going to have fish cities. In Bayelsa, there is already one that is generally known as a fish town in Brass local government area. And so that is already a fish city. And that and several other cities will now be created, and we will have more of a fish town in Brass local government area. Further to these transformative projects, we are focusing on marine safety to secure our waterways and improve safety across our coastline. And I'm pleased to announce today the establishment of a task force on marine safety. We have had some policies before now. For example, we had before now said that no boat should move by 6 p.m. because of what we have discovered as unnecessary accidents in our waterways, leading to the loss of lives and properties. And again, as a result of sea pirates doing their own piracy, we also had a policy that no engine beyond a 200, no, up to 200 should be found in our waterways except by the security. And those were policies that we put in place at that time to check some of the challenges that we had with security in our waterways. But with the coming on board of the maritime, of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry, all of this will be consolidated and we shall approach safety in our waterways comprehensively. Equally critical to our success is our investment in infrastructure that connects Bayelsa to the Atlantic Ocean. And this is something that all of us who are living in Bayelsa, we know. That this government has pursued the issue of the 3 senatorial roads, each of them leading to the Atlantic Ocean. And we cannot be talking about a marine and blue economy if we cannot access all of these 3 fronts with a road leading to those local government areas. And so we have achieved at the western flank down to Ekeremo, and we are hoping and believing that we will move it from Ekeremo to Age, where the deep seaport is to be sited. in the central flank, we are constructing the major bridge across the River Nun to one of the oldest local government headquarters that has been neglected over the years and can never be accessed by road. But this administration will ensure that we access the southern Ijaw local government, Oporoma, by road before we leave. And if we are unable to get it to the Atlantic Ocean, whoever that takes over from me will ensure that we also hit the Atlantic Ocean from the central flank. And in the Eastern Senatorial District, as we are all aware, we have not only started, that road had gone very far, of the 21 kilometers of the Nembe Brass Road. And I've said it over and over that the federal government has also accepted to partner with Bayelsa State and complete the other half that will lead to Brass. Therefore, this government, your government, is actually walking the talk. We are not only talking. We want to access the Atlantic Ocean via our 3 senatorial districts. And that is the pathway towards a true Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Globally, this sector is valued at over $1.5 trillion annually and provides more than 30 million jobs with vital protein sources feeding over 3 billion people. Today, we are talking of hunger and starvation in Nigeria because of a mono-dependent economy. We are all dependent on oil and gas. And this is one area that will move Nigeria away from depending on oil and gas. It's an area that has been left untapped. And I believe that what we are doing, in consonance with the federal government, will lead Nigeria away from depending on oil and gas and tapping into where our treasures are. I've always said that the treasures of Bayelsa State are actually in the Atlantic Ocean. And today is one day that is bringing that to fruition. What's more, the blue economy is on track to grow exponentially with predictions from the Organization of the Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, indicating that it could double to a $3 trillion by 2030. And as a coastal state, we shall key into all of these opportunities. Today, we are not just here to validate this policy draft that will be discussed hereafter. We are here to unlock a new chapter for our state, Bayelsa State, and for our country, Nigeria. A chapter that doesn't just look to the ground for oil, but out to the sea with boundless opportunities for us as a state and for us as a country. This is more than just a paperwork. It is a pathway to a Bayelsa and to a Nigeria where prosperity doesn't come at the cost of our land and our lives, as we have witnessed with the exploration and exploitation of oil and gas in our states. And as we stand on this threshold of a pivotal moment in the history of our state, we are summoned to unlock the vast potential of our marine and blue economy. Let us seize this tidal wave of opportunities with two hands and harness the transformative power of Bayelsa's water resources, propelling us towards a future as boundless and buoyant as our own cherished coastline. Once again, I want to join the Commissioner to appreciate all the federal agencies who are here represented, and in particularly my very quiet and silent friend from Nimasa. We have had a robust relationship with Nimasa before now, and we believe that you are going to deepen that relationship. Thank you all for coming. May God continue to bless Bayelsa State, bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Let the applause be better. His Excellency has given us not just his remarks.
Sorry, please be seated. You see, there is one more function left for me to perform. And that function is to declare this validation of our draft policy open. So I declare it open. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. This is not just a remark for this occasion, but a policy statement and a scorecard that His Excellency has given. Under the Assured Prosperity Agenda, heating the marine and blue economy and harnessing all the resources there is one of the key points of His Excellency's agenda. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency has given his remarks and declared this event open. We'll be having the technical sessions shortly, but I crave your indulgence. We'll take the national and state anthems to close the opening ceremony, not the event, because we're moving into the technical session where papers will be presented. And so before we do that, I would like to announce that immediately after the national and the state anthems, we'll be having group photographs here. Now, for the group photographs, Their Excellencies, the Governor and the Deputy Governor, the Secretary to State Government, the Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy, the Director General of NIMASA, the Traditional Ruler, His Royal Majesty King Bobraye Dakolo, the Chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, the representatives of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, the representative of the Executive Secretary of the Shippers Council, representative of the Director of the Managing Director of NPA, representative of NIWA, representative of NAGAF, and of course, His Excellency Ambassador Bolade Igali will all be coming forward for the group photographs. Shall we at this point, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, rise to take first the Bayelsa State Anthem and then the National Anthem. The National Anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Thank you very much. Please remain where you are as we take the group photographs. Once again, Their Excellencies, to be joined by the SSG, the Director General NIMASA, Honorable Commissioner, Yes, up, please. Up. Yes. All those mentioned.